Good God. Man, as you can see, I'm checking out a new guitar here. Just messing around. I was playing obviously two chords, D minor to A7. Man, I love that sound. That minor one and the 5 dominant 7 chord. Man, I hope you guys are doing great. I know it's been a minute. It's been insanely insane around here, as you can tell. When we don't post very frequently, that means the shit has hit the fan. Not only that, but a holiday season is upon us like this. I mean, how many of you out there are feeling the overwhelming pressure of the holiday season forcing its way upon us like a giant, just a huge force of nature? I try to not let the holidays get to me, but man, I gotta tell you, you know, my grandmother, when she was alive, we had these, when all the family was in one spot on the Gulf Coast, we used to have these epic holiday parties, man. Everything revolved around music and a big party, whether it was the 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Easter. It didn't matter what holiday it was. It all revolved around a huge music party that would sometimes last for days, you know? And those times for me, were amazing because, you know, there was always a reason for the partying, you know, and I think being an only child, it kind of took the pressure off of me and my mom and dad just being a trio, the other GT trio. But, you know, having all those people around just kind of was fun. You know, there was a lot of characters. I was learning a lot of music and just having a good time. and the humor and everything was just amazing. And then when my grandmother passed away, all my uncles moved to North Carolina. My mom and dad stayed on the Gulf Coast. Of course, I've been in here in Nashville for 25 years here in Nashville. But you know, when you're just a trio, an only child, and your mom and dad, after all those years of all that action, then you get together for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and if it's just the three of you, which it never is, we always end up going to some amazing Thanksgiving or Christmas celebration with people in here that adopt us into their family, like you know, Lee and Chris or Nick or the Shuffs or whoever it is. I mean, we've always managed to not be on our own. But man, I get a little freaked out when it's just me and my mom and dad. I mean, of course, I love them to death, and I shouldn't feel that way, but it's just around the holidays, you want to have a lot of people around, man. You want to have this kind of sense of community and all that stuff. And man, it hits me hard. I like when things are rolling on a like in the summer when there's just like, or like February, March, and when the weather's a little cooler. But I like when things kind of roll smoothly without these big pressures of the holidays. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for Christmas? Oh my God, it becomes this big thing. And it doesn't have to. I've pretty much eliminated all the shopping and stuff other than buying some really good food. I get my mom and dad a nice Airbnb or a nice hotel room up here close by, and usually buy some nice wine or some nice food and stuff like that. But doesn't anybody really need anything, you know? I mean, other than people that need, you know, food, shelter, and things like that. I mean, you know, most of us, we don't need anything. I don't need socks or clothes or any of that stuff, man. Don't waste your money on that stuff. But anyway, if you have kids, I totally understand that. But not to go off on my holiday depression tangent. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having a great time. I did stop playing on Mondays at the Underdog. That era has come to an end. We're going to regroup. We're going to write some new music. Me and Tom and Jed are going to do an acoustic record in December. I can't wait for that. We're going to film a bunch of it, and I cannot wait to get in the studio with those guys and play some just wholesome, good old wholesome acoustic guitar, nothing, and some mandolin. And I had an idea that I thought might be cool that I was going to present to these guys. You know, I might see if they want to do like a different vintage instrument on each song and have it documented, kind of like the old David Grisman, Tony Rice tone poems thing. I thought that could be kind of cool. I'm going to play some mandolin, some acoustic guitar, and then Jed will be playing all kinds of stuff. We'll all be playing all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so George Gruen actually offered to loan us any instruments that we wanted to use down at Gruen. So maybe we'll just go down there and compile a big collection of some cool stuff to play on the record. It's just an idea. I haven't even talked to those guys about it yet. But anyway, meantime, Leela Guitars sent me this. They built me this Jazzmaster, and I'm kind of breaking it in. I'm getting it set up here soon to where it came from California, so the humidity and all that kind of stuff changes. So I'm gonna give it a nice setup. But man, I think it sounds good. It's really light. It's beautiful. It's super. Did I say it? Let me mention that again. Super lightweight. And man, the guitar, it's very resonant. I mean, you can tell. It's really resonant. Great sustain as you bring in the... different than a Tele, obviously, so I'm kind of still getting used to playing it and the string spacing and everything, but I thought that vibe earlier was kind of a cool little vibe to do, you know. what's better than that sound? It's kind of like a Fender and a Strat and Telly kind of all mixed together, but you get that really cool. It's kind of you don't get that real bright tone. It's bright, but it's got a little body around it, and it kind of gives you, it makes you play different. You know, you got the amazing tremolo. You know. Just a cool sound to this thing. Man, how fun. Of course, I can't play worth a shit, but other than that, I think the guitar is going to be a lot of fun. It was cool. Danocaster came over here the other day. Dan Strain brought a real 65 Jazzmaster, his Danocaster that's amazing, and then this one that's great. And we did kind of like the back and forth, and man, they all were incredible. There was nothing lacking from any of them. They just all had different characteristics. So, man, every guitar is different, and it's just fun to mess around. I hope you're enjoying some of this messing around here. I know this is kind of just a catch-up video. There is a lot moving around. Man, I've been absolutely exhausted, man. I got kind of burned out, man, and had to take a little time to refresh. I stopped doing the Underdog. I'm going to revamp with all that stuff. As far as the trio in January of 2026. We're working on a ton of new educational stuff and some pretty big projects that I don't want to talk about too much that are coming up, but one rhymes with a membership, and then the other one rhymes with the big guitar immersion, the 4-day blowout that we're going to do here in Nashville. I've got 2 amazing venues picked out for some things, and it's going to be incredible. So we're gonna release this one. This is gonna be the real deal, and I'm gonna take some time to really plan this thing. I got a great team of people helping me out, and it's gonna be incredible. But guys, I just wanted to get to the education part, and sure as shit, somebody on here will go, the lesson starts 20 minutes in. Of course, I'm taking a long time to get there, but this little reoccurring, I call these recurring chord relationships. D minor to the 5. Right? 1 to the 5. G to D. 1 to the 5 is a great chord progression to mess with. One minor to the 4 chord is a great one to mess with. E minor, A7. Okay, so those are all recurring chord relationships. You're going to come across those, you know, a lot of times in your life playing. And to navigate around these is really fun. So to go from the D, getting back through those examples, back to this main example of D minor, I'm calling that the one because that's the way your ear hears it. If you try to play that in the key of F and be like, well, F is the one, and then that's the, you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, that's the 3. I mean, that's the kind of theory stuff I'm talking about right there that is gonna throw your ear off from what music really sounds like. Fuck that shit, man. I hate that when people go, well, it's D minor, but you're really in F. Not if you're not playing an F chord in the song yet, I don't want to be thinking about F. It's if my ear is hearing this, if it's the thrill is gone, that's the root, right? That D minor. When I hit that A chord, that sounds and should be treated as the 5 chord, you know, and you can't play this in a minor key. That ain't gonna work. That minor blues ain't gonna work over that A7 on that one, folks. Okay, D minor pentatonic. But you gotta approach that D minor pentatonic will work fine. But you gotta outline. So let me show you a cool little trick to navigate through these chord progressions. So if I'm playing D minor and that A7 comes along, I'm gonna break that. There's 3 arpeggios out of that big chord you can use right there. Break it up. Here's the first one. Second finger. Now the next one, next octave. Same exact notes. So I'm not going to go, or I'm going to go here. Now guess what? To go from D minor to A, all that's moving is this. Watch this. So here's D minor. Here's A. So the only thing that's moving, if you look at the chords, now throw in a little harmony. All I'm doing is taking these chords and these little arpeggios, and I'm hearing the actual melodic content and options that you have there. So as soon as you do that, you know, something like this, that's just right down the A7 arpeggio. Your D minor is right there. You're literally playing the notes. Look, guys, let me just show you this real quick. Again. Now back down the scale, up the arpeggio. That was my whole point of this little mini lesson here, is up the arpeggio, down the scale. So watch. Right, up the arpeggio. That might be the most simple, basic example right there. So. Really cool. Right? That's just, it's pure music because it's hitting the notes that are in the chords you're hearing. It's melodic, it's cool, and so that's the kind of thing I want to get you guys thinking about. The A7, if you're a little more advanced, the A7 chord can also be substituted with a diminished, which means you raise the root. Sorry. So this substitute the A7 for a diminished, and that sounds like this. Now that's where it gets into some cool melodic territory. But you can also do these little, like I was doing a second ago. That's the same hand position. Those are the actual notes that are moving. That's melodic, you know? Because it's creating the tension and release just in those two chords. Super, super powerful. So check out some of that stuff. I'm going to be getting back on here in the next couple of days. I got the weekend off as I normally take. Start ramping down on Fridays a little bit, and then Saturdays and Sundays I'll try to take off completely just to catch up on, you know, trying not to live like a homeless person. I've got laundry and dishes that I have to do, and I can get a little behind on some of that stuff during the week. As a lot of you guys have seen that have been over here, I always go, man, come on in. It looks like a tornado just went through here, because it kind of did, but anyway, guys, thank you so much. Try to keep your spirits up, and don't get too bogged down with the holiday stuff. I know that's a lot of emotions and feelings can come up during the holidays, man, where we got to be like, and I'm mainly talking about stress of like, oh my God, everybody, you want to make sure everything's perfect and everybody's happy and your parents are happy and everything. And you just can't help but to, if you're a decent person at all, you can't help it to want to make sure everybody's comfortable and you know, you've got the right hang and the right atmosphere going and all that stuff. Because man, if you don't make plans ahead of time these days, boy, it gets really out of control. And I am the worst. I mean, I push it to the last minute and then go, oh shit. But I think everybody's like that. So hang in there, keep your chin up, try to make somebody's day a little better. You know, just if you go to the coffee shop, say, hey man, how you doing? Even if the barista is a total pain in the ass and most of the time you want to strangle them, but you go, hey man, how's your day going? Pretty good. All right, great. I'm gonna throw some cash in that tip jar. Man, rock on. Have a great day. You know, sometimes if the service is bad, I tip even more. Sometimes the more I dislike somebody, I'll try to be that much nicer to them. And so I can't always do that, but I try a lot of times. All right, guys, lots of fun stuff to come. Thanks a million. You know who you are. Leela, check out his guitars. They're amazing. Jed's got some of his guitars. You've seen the Strat, the Jazzmaster. And man, this thing is just, this is really cool, man. There's a lot of character in this instrument. Great neck. I can tell it's going to be a good one. It plays in tune. The tremolo or the vibrato bar is so cool on these Jazzmasters. I mean, I just love the sound of this stuff. Right? Fun stuff, guys. All right. Not telecasting, jazz masting. Is that a word? From East Nashville, Tennessee. All right, guys. See ya. Cheers.